In today's video, I'm going to be talking about why I have 4 bank accounts and how I think about my money in terms of those bank accounts. And if you watch to the end, I'll also be sharing some tips on how you can get started with really thinking about compartmentalizing your money like this. In today's this or that section, the question is, would you rather get paid a lump sum of $1 million or would you get paid $10,000 per month for life? Let me know in the comments below. If you're new to this channel, I'm Gina on Trend. On this channel, I talk about how writers can earn and thrive. And obviously, money is one of the ways in which we can thrive. Now, I have 4 bank accounts, and I'm going to name the 4 bank accounts and what each one of them does. I have a checking account, I have an investment account, I have an emergency savings account, and then I have a business account. Let's talk about each one of those. So the checking account is where I receive all my paychecks into. So my work as a medical and scientific writer, that's where I get paid into. I also will get book royalties from my books. I also get paid affiliate income directly into my checking account. These are the payments I receive into my checking account. And of course, if people want to give me gifts of money and stuff like that, usually it's into my personal checking account. And it's from this account that I will usually take care of the bills of the home, right? So this is where we will buy our groceries. This is where we pull bill money from, rent money from. We pull it from the personal checking account that receives all these payments. Second is the emergency savings account. And if you watched another video that I did, I talked about how I got started with the emergency savings account. And it really is, as the name suggests, we keep money in there usually around tax season when we file our taxes. And the tax money comes, typically we put the money in the emergency savings account. We don't really budget around that money. More recently, we don't budget around it. We just plan to put it in the emergency fund. And if there any emergencies come up, if any unexpected expense comes up, we pull from the emergency fund and not necessarily from the checking account that takes care of like the month-to-month bills and such. So the emergency account, we do not touch, we do not spend money from it. We only pull from it when there is a true emergency. Investment account. Okay, so the investment account is one that I started just about a year ago. I already have an individual Roth IRA. That's a whole different discussion. I have a 401k account with my job, but this one was a private investment account that I opened and which I move money into on a semi-monthly basis. I move money into that account. I invest in specific stocks and I just watch the money grow. A lot of those stocks that I invest in that investment account are dividend accounts, and dividend accounts are such that if the company you invested in, makes money in a specific year, they pay you, or every quarter they will pay you a dividend. They will pay you some amount commensurate with how much you've invested in the company, some amount of earnings. And so it's earned income, and this earned income I could definitely withdraw and use to take care of my life. But again, I do not do that. Most of our expenses as a family comes from the personal checking account, and then the investment account, we just really use that for investing and reinvesting those dividends. Then a business account, and this business account is where all the business expenses come from. And so all the subscriptions that I have as a business owner, content creator, there are a few things that I have to pay for. I have to pay for my video editing software. I have to pay for my email marketing software. I pay for things like Uber Suggest. I buy courses, all of that. All of those kinds of things come from the business account. If I need to pay my virtual assistant, if I need to pay Brian who helps me with my videos, that money is going to come from the business account and not the personal account. And I think that this is really important for those of you that watch me and want to have your own businesses, for you to separate your finances this way, because as a business entity, you have as a solo business owner, I really do think you need to separate your personal funds from your business funds. You don't want them to be befuddled and mixed up. And I even realized that I need to separate things like my affiliate income and book royalties even more. I told you earlier, I tend to put those in my personal checking, but even those should go in a business account, right? And so all the money that I would earn from like speaking engagements, from selling courses and stuff like that, those go in the business account. Those are accounted for as business expenses, and they pull from that account. So this is how in my household we tend to think about the money, okay? And so as you are watching me and you are, you may have a job, you may have a side hustle, you may be thinking about doing all these things. Obviously you're watching this video, so you're some kind of creative entrepreneur, right? You want to really think about the different places and different accounts to put your money in, so that you can treat each of these things differently, pull from different accounts as appropriate, so you don't mix things up when you don't really need to mix things up. And so that when time comes for accounting, because I live in the US, and tax season comes around and you have to account for what has happened okay, with your money, so that we're not confused, okay? I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, why aren't you? Hit that subscribe button.